What's up, guys? This is Justin. I'm here with Sam.
Hey, Justin.
And we are playing The Legend of Zelda Oracle of... This is Seasons, right?
Yes, this is Oracle of Seasons, but we're also going to play Oracle of Ages in the same video, because there's two Oracle games, and they came out 2001.
It's true. It was an awesome, awesome time to be a Zelda fan. So
yep.
We're doing this because it's Nintendo's 125th anniversary, and we decided, because we're crazy people, we wanted to play 125 of the greatest Nintendo games ever made.
Yep.
This is a little bit borderline as a Nintendo game because actually it was Flagship that made these. Capcom made both the Oracle Zelda games.
Yeah, Capcom made this game. Nintendo presumably oversaw a lot of it because it looks exactly like Zelda DX. Link's Awakening,
yeah.
Zelda DX.
I mean, that's the
which
thing.
is another Game Boy Color Zelda game, an upgraded one.
That's something that Nintendo did a lot of and kind of continues to actually do is, you know, you had Sega making an F-Zero game, you had Capcom making Zelda games, and that would continue with Minish Cap. So their level of involvement is, you know, it varies, but it seems like there was certainly a tremendous amount of cooperation to give them assets and make sure that the game looked and felt exactly right.
Yeah.
So you touched on this when we opened the video, but Sam, why don't you talk a little bit about how unique or special it was to sort of have two interconnected Zelda adventures?
Yeah, so you could collect things like these rings between the games, and then by the time you beat the game, you got this giant long code, and you could put that in your next game and kind of start a new game plus in the other game. So that was the big link between the two games.
Yeah, so
they also had linked kind of stories. They're kind of co-stories, but they had very different themes.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So
here's the witch. This is really funny.
Oh.
She bumps into you. Sometimes she drops a really precious ring. Sometimes she just drops crap.
Oh, wow.
Look at that, a heart piece. Are you kidding me?
That was awesome. Wait, don't you already have full hearts? What?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta get to that ring, though, buddy. I gotta get to that ring. No, I don't have the full heart. I mean, oh, I guess I do. I don't know.
I was gonna say it's weird.
Oh no! No!
Oh,
what a
Sam.
jerk! I could use that potion as well.
Oh. Well, you did the right thing by getting the piece of heart.
She'll say something snide.
So we are playing Oracle of Seasons right now, and the other one is Oracle of Ages. And Seasons' whole thing, it's got this whole season switching mechanic.
I'll get to a stump in a second, and I'll show you how to switch seasons. It's really, really cool.
So it was used, you know, mechanically all throughout the game for basically puzzle solving. Like you would come back to different areas in different seasons, and they would look different. They would give you
like holes in the ground might be filled with snow in the winter, or trees that block your path might be withered in the summer months. Stuff like that. And
whereas Oracle of Ages was a little bit more like Ocarina of Time with like sort of a basic time travel mechanic, like travel between what it was just one other. There are these two time periods you could switch between.
Yeah, so that's what I really like about this game is that there's actually kind of like 4 different versions of the overworld to explore.
Yep.
I think that's really cool.
Oh,
and you can jump.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a good jump.
I like being able to jump in games. Yeah, because you can control it in the air.
He's like a little sugar glider. He's got like a nice glide mechanic there. It feels really good. So if anybody's not clear, because this wasn't clear to me when I was a kid, I thought it was the same game, but just like reskinned. But no, these are two completely separate games, separate dungeons, separate puzzles, and you can play them separately and get 2 separate stories. Or if you do link them together, it forms kind of a single, you know, Super Zelda adventure, basically.
Yeah. When you link them together, you just got to kind of make the other game have kind of unique stuff in it. So look, I changed it to summer, and it made those weeds appear there, so I can get up there. But if I change it to fall, it looks like that. And now I can get around the holes in the corner. I could fly over those. Sometimes those fill with leaves. And winter's really cool, though. I just want to show winter. It's the most different. You get little snow drifts.
Well,
you can load up your shovel.
You don't see like a lot of winter just in Zelda in general. Like there might be like a snowy area or a snowy dungeon.
Yeah, there is in like Majora's Mask. Yeah. It's a cool snowy area that becomes summery. I really like.
It's always like one spot.
Yeah.
Instead of like it feels different to just have a game take place in the winter like this.
Yeah.
Sam, I would say the Oracle games underrated Zelda adventures.
Yeah, or just underappreciated. Now you can play them on 3DS right now. You can download them in the eShop, and there's nothing. I can't think of anything that you could criticize. I love the snowdrift there. I can't criticize them. I think they're so well made. They're just wonderful games. If you ever played any of the portable Zelda games, they're a little bit wackier. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and switch this out.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
So we're gonna see. We're playing this. We're playing on the original carts, and we're playing on a Retron. You know, which plays games from a bunch of old consoles. So you're gonna get a little peek behind the curtain at the Retron. Sam, I don't know that this was literally the first time Nintendo, you know, partnered with a third party to make a game, but it was certainly the highest profile.
Yeah, seeing that Capcom logo is really strange on a first-party Nintendo game.
But I think it really made Nintendo feel more okay about doing more of that in the future. Like, it worked so well with Capcom. They did such a good job that they made future Zelda games.
And they make tons of games with companies like Namco Bandai now.
Yep.
And yeah,
look at this intro.
Yeah, I just wanted to show a little bit of these. It's different than the Seasons intro, but kind of similar. It's just Link riding around, and they're really
it's so cool.
Yeah, they're anime looking.
Yeah, yeah. I love that pixel art style. 2001, man. It's a long time ago.
It is. It is.
And
they
so
feel really contemporary.
So
to me
pop into the map for a sec.
Yep.
Like, it's completely different, right? Totally different game, and that's just totally rad that you could get these two Zelda adventures. They came out on the same day.
Yeah, it's so cool. And people always ask, which one do you prefer? I always hear Seasons, and I'm okay with that. I'm more into the Seasons game, but yeah, I mean, this game is almost a more traditional Zelda game to the kind of wacky Seasons, like breaking the mold game.
Yeah, that's actually pretty true. That's a totally fair evaluation. So, a little bit of trivia for you. The original plan was to do 3.
Yeah.
And then that turned out to be too complex, too complicated. So then they just released, sort of shortened it to just Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages.
So in this, instead of that wand I used to change the seasons, I have the Harp of Ages.
Yeah. So the Rod of Seasons in the Seasons game versus the Harp of Ages.
Look at them rocking out.
I love how musical the Zelda franchise is.
Will I be underwater now? No. Close. So now that spot is the portal to the future. It's kind of similar to a mechanic in Link to the Past where you use the mirror for a little while to get around.
I think these games, they also came out at a weird time because they hit the Game Boy Color, not the Game Boy Advance, but it was at a time when like the Game Boy Advance was all anybody was talking about. And so I just think a lot of people miss them. They, not made by Capcom, coming out at a weird time. There's 2 of them. People didn't know what to make of that. If you miss the Oracle games, totally pick them up on the eShop. They're cheap and they're awesome. And Nintendo puts them on sale sometimes too. But even when they're not on sale, they're still a great deal.
Yeah, I agree. So we should wrap this up. Yep. We are playing so many other Nintendo games in addition to these 2, which are just fantastic. Some of Nintendo's best. We're playing many more that are better and some that are equally as good.
Yes, so please, I hope you're enjoying going on this Nintendo nostalgia trip with us. If you are, leave a comment. If you're not, click around and watch some of these other videos. They're all on a playlist on YouTube and on IGN. So remember that for all things Nintendo, you can keep it locked to IGN.